This is Nicholas Organo, SE456 Sprint 4, showing off some of the proxy and timer slash animated Space Invaders themselves. So let's just start it real quick just to show it's working. We have our squids at the top, animating every quarter of a second. Our little crab guys doing jumping jacks half a second, and the octopus just doing whatever they're doing, walking around, I guess. Uh, at 1 second. We're going in the game file here, so we can see we used a factory to create them all. Um, that's not too crazy. We have our animations here. We have our squid animations. Um, and the reason I didn't put these in the factory creates is because it's being called multiple times. I didn't want to just overload the timer event manager with a million of these animation commands. So I do want to think about some way in the future to kind of tuck that away inside perhaps a factory or something. And then at the bottom here, we see these single shot commands. These are just basically to hold a text string, just like you showed in class. So we're adding 5 late commands starting at 500 seconds, and then just adding 10 seconds each iteration of the loop. And we have a little dump of the timer events here at the bottom. So if we run it again, and I actually have it dumping the timer event manager during load content and then again on destruction. So in the output window, we'll see um, here's on destruction. So we see that we are indeed putting these animations in the priority queue in order. And then we see our 5 single shots way here at the end. And then if we scroll up, this is how it began. This was during the load content phase. You could see 0.25, 0.51, um, and that's just the delta in the trigger time, but it's not really different for those. Um, and so we can actually go into the timer event manager, um, and here's the update here. So we'll see we're getting the iterator, we're going through um, if the trigger time of the current node is less than or equal to the current time of our global time, then we're going to go and process that node and then remove it. I did try getting an iterator erase to work, but I'm still kind of sorting out some issues with getting a unique instance of the iterator because this process at some point actually calls the add function, which also requires the same iterator and ends up incrementing it. So for now, we're just base remove. It works fine. Um, if we do reach a time that's greater than the current time, then obviously that and everything after that is going to be greater. So we just break. And that's our early out right there. And we can just take a quick look at the diagram for this. Pretty straightforward. We have the single shots, the animations, and the repeats. The animations and repeats are kind of similar, but repeats currently doesn't do anything. It's just there. That's kind of a shell for the future. And then last but not least, our sprite game proxy. Let's see if I can like zoom out here a little bit or something. So we've got our proxy here, and it's just holding the name, the X and the Y, and pointing to the actual sprite. And it will also push these values when they are updated as well. So this just lets us only access the X and Y's through those. All right, I think that's pretty much everything. Thank you.